I know it's been quite some time. I know. But man, we are back. So we are here today to talk about the new Tensura crossover. And we're just gonna kind of run through the gist of like what is to be expected, at least in the first showing of the digest that we were given in the information tab in the in-game app. It's basically what we're going to be going over today, is just like running that down, kind of summarizing it, going over everything, what maybe we think is going to be in the game, what we don't think is going to be in the game, what we can expect and what we maybe won't expect on it. It's already going to be way longer than JP's variant of it. JP's variant, for those of you who don't know, I played JP pretty much when the slime crossover came out, or a little bit before. The slime crossover in JP actually only lasted about 2 weeks, and then it was bye-bye. That was it. So this time it's gonna be lasting a lot longer. It's kind of more like a month and a half, 2 months. It starts on the 12th, and then it goes until what is it, like mid-February, something like that, just about. But anyways, like a month and a half to 2 months that we're gonna get. So we'll get the normal crossover duration, which I'm glad for it, but I'm also kind of skeptical of it, because if JP's was only 2 weeks and we get it for almost 2 months, what are they not giving us? If they're not giving us anything, that's like, I'm curious about it. So right off the bat, we're just gonna be going over the main thing. And right off the bat, it's, well, welcome to the Tensura crossover all in one place. So it kind of gives us like stuff at a glance. So it's saying log in every day and completing missions to get crystals over 100 total. So totaling over 100 crossover summon tickets, also totaling over 100 crossover tickets as well. And that's including equips, that's including tickets on all 4 banners now. Holy shit, there's 4 banners on this now. That's crazy. And then it's showing like the new banner with the new unit sprites, and then it goes down to say that, you know, these are the rewards you can obtain from the shop. So you can obviously get your regular old limit break stones for the equips and the units, and it's probably going to be one per shop, because that's how they did it on JP, and that's how they usually do it anyways. And then you get, obviously they started doing the crossover tickets and the crossover equip tickets too, so that's going to be pretty good. And then we're going to be able to buy the slime luck gems. So this is where I start to get a little iffy, because in JP they heavy limited the amount of crossover limit or crossover luck stones that you can buy from the shop. I think it was like 15 to 30 luck gems per shop, and it didn't reset, so you only got like a total of like maybe 60 luck that you could pump into someone, like one of the crossover units, which means you don't get to 120 them. And it sucked, because I started my brand new account on JP, so I didn't have any of the crossover units from any of the previous times that it was reran through. And that means like all the crossover units that I got, which was all but 2 or 3, I think I was missing. So I haven't gone all out on this game in a very long time, probably 2 years, since I was making the content somewhat consistently on the channel beforehand. But for this crossover event specifically, on my main account, I actually only have 3 of the 11 or 12 units that are out in total for the crossover. So that's also kind of why I want to go all out, and I'll explain that a little bit later and what you should do to get the most out of the crossover on whatever stage of the game you're at. If you have some of, if you have most of, or if you have none of the crossover units. So going back on track here though, I don't know if Global is going to follow JP's standards in only giving 30 luck gems, because that means all the people who don't have all the units can no longer 120 the non-6-star units. That means you won't be able to obtain as many crossover gems to max luck all of them. So I don't know. There's hints later on, like down the digest, that there will be like the quote unlimited amount that you can buy in the shop, because you can buy like a ridiculous amount. I'm pretty sure it's like normally like what, like 500 per shop or something like that, something crazy. There is things that hint down that later on, and we'll go over it. So it might be veering towards the fact that you can, but I also don't know how I feel about that. I just don't know how I don't know. It's not gonna I don't think it's gonna actually break the game as much as I think it is. And having 1 extra crest on there, there's a lot of crests that can't stack with each other, so you'd have to be really picky choosy. But I feel like if that 3rd crest slot could just be a freaking art gauge crest slot, you know what I mean? Start the quest with just 25 art gauge, just because why not? And there's no penalty to spending your luck on an extra slot for the crest like there was before. I mean, unless you farmed standard luck points and you're one of those crazy people that have 900 luck Juno or 300 luck War God Fen, you had to kind of be picky choosy on did you want the stats, or did you want the extra slot? So I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. But anyways, moving on from that, so the free crossovers equips are all going to be the normal equips that you got from all the previous ones. I'll try to throw them all on the screen just so you can see them. I'm not gonna go over them a huge ton in this. I will say notable equips just from this is going to be the mask. The mask is really nice. It's actually a much lower, not much lower, but a little bit lower cooldown version of Lesser Demon Heart or EXE Gate. It just doesn't have the passives. Rimuru's clothes, that is actually a really nice magic buff, and the fact that it's a 4-star equip is going to be even more beneficial to having that. I think it's 20% magic damage buff. If not, it's 10%. So this is just saying you can get them from here. So this is where I'm kind of on the edge of whether or not they're actually going to start giving the unlimited quote amount of buyable luck gems for the crossover, because you can farm them. In JP you couldn't farm them. There was no drop rate for them at all. They weren't included in the limited item drop pool for any of the quests, not even the 10-star and the 10-star. So That's why I think that they will make it so that you can get it 120 on almost all of your character, or they might make it so that maybe there's somehow a limit on the 6 stars, but you can get it on all the other characters, which would probably be the best case scenario. But at the same time, again, having a luck 20 on a 6 star, it's not going to be the end of the world, but it's definitely going to be a huge change in GS, because it will be literally the first crossover 6 star that gets the option to have luck 120, and it just happened to be tensura units. So this is the login bonus. Now this I want to talk about for a second. So it might not seem anything off the gate, but notice this is what I got excited about. This right here, I don't know if you can, oh, you can't. Day 3, it says crossover 5-star ticket. So I'm almost positive that they're doing the same thing as JP, where you're guaranteed one random OG crossover unit. I'm talking the non 6-star ones. Like everyone that's not a 6-star is going to be looped into that pool. So the Christmas ones, the New Year's ones, and the original 3. Sorry, I have like the hiccups right now. And you'll get one of these, and you could probably buy another one via pack. It's probably gonna be like 60-70 bucks to buy it, because again, JP also had that option, so you could have up to 2 crossover tickets, I'm pretty sure. And they are guaranteed one of the units, so you're not gonna use it and get fucking, you know, Roy or whoever, their Ashy Toto for the 80 millionth time. So you'll get a crossover, free crossover unit there. That's pretty nice of them. This is the first time they're going to be giving a free crossover unit ticket in global, in like first time ever in the past, like, God, like 3 years or more. Like, I'm pretty sure, you know, some other veteran that plays this game a lot more than I do could probably, you know, remember and say, I've taken so many wide gap breaks in this game before where I just like never caught up or like kept up with everything. So memory's a little foggy, but I'm pretty sure the last one we had, like a guaranteed free one that they gave us, was like when Goblin Slayer like originally came out or something. Like I don't know, it was so long ago. So the fact that they're bringing that back, if that actually is what that is going to be dope as fuck. And I thank you, finally, global dev team, for actually not treating your players like fucking garbage. And then you get your 30 crystals, you get the 3 new stickers, you get 5 energy potions of large, and then 1 free limit break, and then a rainbow gem, which is pretty nice actually. So yeah, there's gonna be multiple, yeah, there's like 4 or more total like daily crossovers. There's 4 here, and then if you count the ones that are going on now, there's 2 going on now. The reason why we get that many is because, one, they have to give us tickets for all the crossovers, all the crossover banners, and then they also have to give us them for all the equip banners too. But you'll get your, you know, usual 10 for each of the new banners, and then all of the OG banners, I'm pretty sure. And then make sure you log in for these days though. You'll have a month to log in for all 10 of these days, which is plenty of time. So make sure you grab those. And then this is the thing that I don't remember JP doing. So JP, I don't remember ever seeing a crossover true weapon EXE ticket. So this is like I'm pretty sure it's a global exclusive, which if it is, like, you know, holy shit, dev team for global, like you're actually being nice to us for once, which is actually really pog, you know. So between all the missions and stuff like that, you can get 3 crossover true equip exchange tickets, which is outrageously nice. Like that is really nice of them to do, because again, JP didn't do this and you had to buy all of your true equips or get lucky on summons, or have a rainbow gem farm. If you had a rainbow gem farm in global, then you probably won't, this probably won't affect you that much, because you know we got them hundreds of fucking rainbow gems, so we don't have to worry. But the fact that they're giving you 3 of them for free, and they're giving you a free guaranteed crossover unit, means that now you can use one of these to get the true weapon for the guaranteed crossover unit that you get. So you already have 1 free unit and their crossover true weapon too. And I'm pretty sure everyone gets a true weapon in this. I'm pretty sure even like all of them, for what I remember in JP. I don't think a single person didn't get one, and I think that's why they're giving us 3 of these, is because there's so many of them. And I know that they know a lot of people are going to, like, a lot of genuine new players and not re-rollers are going to start playing the game because the tensura crossover. There's just something about slime that, like, just everyone goes apeshit over, including myself. So next, we're showing you some of the crests that you can get from the quests. So you're gonna notice one of them is new, and it's called Uriel. I think that is, I don't know, I can't really see it that great. I'm playing on my computer. It's nice, but there's other things that are better. So the 300 up is really nice, and the art gauge filled by 1 is very nice, but it's every 10 seconds. And to be honest, like, unless you're going for a big boss fight that you know is going to take forever to beat, because it just takes forever by default, this is not going to be viable. Once every 10 seconds, like most things people nuke in this game nowadays, especially with 6 stars in the breaker meta, most things people nuke, which means you're not spending more than, you know, 10 to 20 seconds in the match as a whole, like for the whole quest. So like this, it's nice, but I'd rather the heroic presence to get the additional 100 attack up, and then the defense up by 200. I don't know how far or how much of the recording I just lost, because I did notice that my mic shut off. But we're gonna be starting the Dream Awakening portion. I'll just have to cut out whatever I didn't go over, I wasn't able to. It's probably all of the new kits for the unit. I was kind of debating on whether or not including that into the video anyways, because I don't want the video to be an hour long, but we'll see what happens with that. Dream Awakenings. So this is mega poggers, because Rimuru gets buffed up the ass. All of his Dream Awakenings, I'm pretty sure he has 5 total Dream Awakenings, and every single one of them are like dumb good in their own right. Look at his Dream Awakenings real quick. So sorry if you can't read this. It's Crimson Dream, gives all allies fire resistant 20% up, and adds skill effect, heals status ailment except for faint, paralysis, seal, and freeze. That one's the only one that's like okay. It's still basically a mini potion to clear all, like it's kind of like a mini art in a way. It doesn't heal, but it does get rid of a lot of the status ailments besides like the select 4. So that one is, I'd say you could probably skip on that one. Then you have his Aqueous Dream Awakening. So this one's kind of busted, I'm not gonna lie. Equipment CT speed 15% up. That's just no strings attached to that one. and then switch his skill effect to increase arts gauge by 50. So and that's not like, it's not gonna like take away anything from here. I mean, that one's gonna change because it's not gonna increase the art gauge by 20, it's gonna increase it by 50. But it says get additional effects based on the chosen. So these are all like add skills, and then this is the only one that switches it. So you'll still get the 20% or the 20 art gauge up and the 2800 fire damage, plus like all these other 4 skills, which is why it's kind of like really good. So this one's if you want like him to be just like omega support, like you just want him to be like support. So you get his arts all the time, you get his true arts all the time. You want him to have equipment CT up so he can just like spam all of his equips. So this is, you want ultimate support, I would say go to that one. Then you have the Verdant Dream, all allies HP heal amount up. So all allies heal amount 20% up except for lifesteal. So when he full potions, you're getting his full potion effect, which is 35% plus an additional 20%. So you're getting I think that's how that works. In total, 55%. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. It's really good. I don't think we have anyone in the game that does that. I mean, Aristella comes kind of close. I think I'm saying her name right. It's the water one with the books, and she cleanses people. She's like the Walmart Rimuru almost. But yeah, so that's like really good to have as well. That one's probably a must. And then his next one, Luminous Dream. This one's kind of BE output stuff. So BE output is 20% up, so you get more little dots, which in the end provides more art gauge for your entire team. And then gives the additive skill effect of increases accuracy by 60% for 7 seconds. That's kind of huge. Spectral Dream is the next one. So autofills demons art gauge by 2 only once. This is if you want to have, if you want him to be more attack oriented, or if you want him like specifically 2 demons, if you're trying to build like a demon team. I know that's been kind of the talk of the town lately, people building demon teams with the Vox and some of the new crossover units from Tensura. But skill additive effect, again, 7 seconds. This lasts 4, so it means there's only at most a 3-second delay between when it goes away and gets back. But increases attack by 50%. I don't know if that's just for him. If it's just for him, kind of meh. If it's for the whole team, really good. For being on a skill, again, dumb good. So all of his Dream Awakenings are pretty good. The only ones you could probably skip on is the Crimson. But other than that, these 4 are pretty damn good, like in their own ways. So not to, glug on his schlobberknob anymore. Time to go to Milim's Dream Awakenings. Her Dream Awakenings are not as good as his. There's one obvious choice here, and it's going to be the Crimson Dream. Her crit damage is 200% up, and then it autofills arc gauge by 2, so you just get 2 arc gauge per second just from nothing. It lasts the whole quest, and you get crit damage 200% up from nothing. So that one's the clear winner here. The other one gives you break power against earth units 100% up, which is not really that great because there aren't really a lot of earth bosses that are endgame. Unfortunately, most of them are dark or light, or fire sometimes. But B output 10% up, again, not really that great. Crimson Dream, clear winner here. Benimaru's Dream Awakenings, again, another kind of clear winner here. it's gonna be Crimson Dream again. Crit damage 150% up, and then crit rate 50% up when enemies burning. So he already did a dumb amount of damage. Now he just does even more dumb amount of damage. Spectral Dream gives all allies magic damage 30% up, which is actually kind of pog for a permanent 30% buff. So honestly, I could see it going either way between Crimson and Dream. That 30% permanent buff is kind of pretty good if you're trying to go for like stacking buffs, because some people do that and they just do ridiculous damage. And then he gives a perma 20% accuracy up too. So honestly, could go either way for him. If I get a second one of him, I'll definitely be Dream Awakening both. Obviously there won't be any point in not doing that, but this is just going over the true equips. And did they not include the true equips for the other two banners? That's crazy. At least they gave us some though. Or maybe they'll come out a little bit later, because this is only, I will say, this is only digest number 1. Digest number 2 could come out with more Dream Awakenings. Again, the event it came and went so quickly that I don't even remember if the rest of the cast got Dream Awakenings. I'm pretty sure I only remember it being the OGs, but it could have been that the rest of the cast got some and I just don't fucking remember. But true weapons, these are really hard to see, so I'm not even gonna try reading them. I'll just do another video later on when it gets to like the day before or whatever to go over all the units info and all the equips, because this is already kind of getting long. We're hitting almost an hour long here. Will be edited down obviously, but you get the true equip exchange, and then you get to use the tickets on it. Then you can trade rainbow gems for them, and then you can trade the traditional hero gems for them too. That's kind of the crossover in the end. They have the step up summon, you know, if you happen to have the 50 paid crystals, which everyone should have because they're giving us the $1 pack again. And if you can't have $1 to get the $1 pack, then you'd be really down bad. You'd be really down bad at that point. But everyone should have 50 paid crystals. So the only thing I'm curious about is, because as I'm saying this, I'm seeing it's 55 crystals, not 50. It's 55 crystals. Why would they do that? Why would they do? Look, it's 55 crystals up top. What? You giving everyone the $1 pack to get 50 paid crystals for basically free? And like, dude, not everyone has the money to spend on this game. I don't even really have the money to spend on this game. But like, some people really don't have the money to spend on this game. So like, get that $1 pack. Like, some people like crave that shit because that's like the only time they get to purchase crystals. You're gonna take this fucking whole ass banner away by adding 5 extra crystals to... That's bullshit. That's bullshittery. I take it back, devs. Fuck you.